Graceland sits on a rise along Elvis Presley Boulevard in Memphis, Tennessee. Built in 1939 by Dr. Thomas Moore and his wife Ruth on land once part of the Graceland Farms estate, the mansion was named after Ruth's aunt, Grace Toof. By the 1950s, the property was up for sale. In March 1957, Elvis Presley, already a rising star with a string of hits, purchased the house and its 13.8 acres for just over $100,000. He was only 22 years old, but Graceland became the heart of his world, a place where family, friends, and fans gathered for decades. Inside, Elvis poured his personality into every corner. The famous Jungle Room, with its green shag carpet and Polynesian decor, doubled as a recording studio in the 1970s. The trophy room displayed costumes, awards, and records, while the meditation garden was created as a quiet place for reflection. Elvis entertained here, laughed here, and spent his most private hours behind its walls. Over the years, he added outbuildings and spaces that showed who he was at home. His racquetball building where he played and relaxed, the room after it where friends gathered, and the grounds he liked to ride and walk. Across the street today, exhibits hold the cars he loved, the jumpsuits he wore on stage, and even his planes, turning the neighborhood around the mansion into a living archive of his life. But on August 16, 1977, the house became the site of tragedy. At just 42 years old, Elvis was found unresponsive in his upstairs bathroom. His fiancée, Ginger Alden, discovered him lying on the floor. Paramedics rushed him to Baptist Memorial Hospital, but efforts to revive him failed. The cause was later ruled a heart attack, worsened by prescription drug use. His death shocked the world and turned Graceland into a shrine. That evening, thousands gathered outside the gates, and days later his funeral drew mourners from across the globe. Elvis was first buried at Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis alongside his mother, Gladys Presley. But within weeks, an attempt was made to steal his body from the crypt. Vernon Presley, Elvis's father, made the decision to have both Elvis and Gladys reinterred at Graceland itself. They were moved to the meditation garden, a place Elvis had built for peace and privacy. Today, Vernon rests beside them, and Minnie Mae Presley, Elvis's grandmother, was later buried there too. The upstairs rooms where Elvis spent his final hours remain off-limits and preserved as a private family space, much as they were in 1977, adding to the quiet pull the house has on visitors who walk beneath those rooms. The family circle has continued to grow. Elvis's only daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, died in January 2023 at the age of 54 following cardiac arrest. She was laid to rest near her father. Beside her is her son, Benjamin Keogh, Elvis's grandson, who tragically took his own life in 2020 at the age of 27. Their graves joined the family plot, making the meditation garden not just Elvis's resting place, but a sacred ground for generations of Presleys. Over the years, there were even attempts to bring Elvis's stillborn twin brother, Jesse Garon Presley, to Graceland so the brothers could rest side by side. Though this never came to pass, the idea shows just how deeply the family wanted Graceland to hold them all together. From the moment of his passing, Graceland took on an almost mythic air. Fans described feeling chills when standing in the foyer beneath the rooms where Elvis died. Some claimed to hear faint strains of music drifting down from the locked second floor where no public tours are ever allowed. The private rooms, kept just as they were in 1977, remain sealed off, fueling stories of footsteps, laughter, and even Elvis's voice echoing from above. Year after year, people return for Elvis Week in August, holding candles through the night and filing past the graves in silence, convinced the house still hums with the energy he left behind. Priscilla Presley has said in interviews that when she returns to Graceland, she feels Elvis's presence strongly, almost as if he's still walking through the halls. At the same time, she has publicly pushed back on the idea of ghosts, saying in a Q&A that she would never allow a show like Ghost Adventures to do a lockdown inside the mansion, adding firmly, "There isn't anything haunting Graceland." The mansion doesn't host ghost hunting shows, and its privacy rules keep the upstairs closed, which only deepens the mystery for those who stand below and look up toward the quiet landing. Still, stories circulate. Longtime staff like cook and maid Nancy Rooks, who worked there beginning in 1967, told interviewers she believed Elvis's presence lingered. She described lights flickering and odd happenings at night, especially when she worked late in the trophy room, saying the lights and electrical fixtures would flash on and off when no one else was around. She also recalled hearing footsteps and unexplained sounds when she was alone in the house. Her recollections, repeated in interviews and in her book, give weight to the belief that something lingers there. Other staff members carried their own beliefs, with some saying they thought Gladys Presley's spirit looked after her son long after her death. Visitors continue to share unverified personal experiences, from seeing shapes or reflections near the meditation garden to feeling a strong, almost magnetic presence at the grave sites. These stories have become part of Graceland's lore, and then there are the rumors that never seem to die. Some people believe Elvis never really left at all. Sightings over the years have sparked claims that he faked his death, living quietly under another name. A preacher and singer named Orion, born Jimmy Ellis, bore a striking resemblance to Elvis and even performed in a mask, fueling theories that the king was secretly back on stage. While most dismiss these tales as wishful thinking, the persistence of the rumors shows how deeply Elvis is woven into American culture, and how hard it is for fans to let go. Even today, many cannot accept his death. To them, Elvis is still alive somewhere, waiting to return. If he were alive now, he would be 90 years old, a living link to the golden era of rock and roll. Graceland has become more than a house. It is a museum complex and a memorial, a National Historic Landmark, and a living gathering place. Each year, more than 500,000 people from all over the world walk through its gates, making it the second most visited private home in the United States after the White House. They tour the rooms where Elvis relaxed with family, step into exhibits that tell his story in gold records and stage suits, and pause in the garden where the family rests. Some come for history, some come for the music. Some come because they feel something they can't quite explain. And at night, when the gates close and the last fans drift away, the mansion grows still. The lights dim, shadows fall across the old rooms, and the silence is broken only by the wind in the trees. It's in those quiet hours that the legends seem strongest, when footsteps are said to echo in empty halls, when lights flicker as if someone is still moving through the rooms, and when the king himself feels closest. Graceland may be a home, a shrine, and a museum, but for many, it is also a place where the boundary between memory and haunting grows thin. This has been another tale from the Haunted Hillbilly.
A live concert, to me, is exciting because of all the electricity that's generated in the crowd and on stage. But it's my favorite part of the business, is a live concert.
You pace yourself.
Sir?
How do you pace yourself?
You mean physically, vocally, or?
So you are up when you need to be up.
I just, I exercise every day. I vocalize every day. I practice if I'm working or not. So I just try to stay in shape all the time, vocally and mentally. And
Which is harder?
but both is tough. Yeah, you got to work at them, but I don't mind it. You know.